Alright, today we have Schoey, who won our Dragon Ball Store Champs. Alright, Mr. Champion, what did you play?
We played the Green Raditz. Good standard hand control. Fell in love with this card when I first saw it, like when I first started playing the game about 7 months ago. Hand Destruction, annoying my opponent, sounds good to me. Let's start with the discard package. I ran the 4 Ribrians, pretty stock standard. Get that stuff in the bin off the activate main. Pretty much start ripping your opponent's hand away straight away. The Draw Monkeys, also stock standard. Found myself using that during the tournament a lot, even just as soon as turn 2, just refilling the grip. Then after those ones, we've got just some more green staples. Charismatic villains. Don't really need to say any more, especially with the Unison package that I decided to play this time. Just always works. Never had any issues with it. And of course, if you're running the freezes in green, the 2 Deities Wrath, Few Zamasu's, fantastic. Continue to warp cards, get them in, continue to fill the Raditz. Just really, really good stuff. I'll just move these out of the way. I've got the 3 Raditz Ruthless Adversaries. I initially was running 2, decided to give running 3 a go. I never felt like it did too much, but when I combined that with the Paternal Unisons, amazing in this current meta, at least for what's being run in the store right now. Everyone going heavy on the Z energy. Being able to, if I want to rip their hand nice and quick, just play these, even if I get realistically nothing off it, or even just take it to life. Just using that +1, rip another card on top. Never felt bad. We've got the... I ran 4 Golden Unisons, Golden Freezes. Card's stupid. It's your ender. Like, there's really not much to say about it other than it does everything. It stabilizes and ends, and it's what this deck needs to finish. I run the 2 Nappers as the other 3 drops. Depending on the matchup, I feel like if I want to go heavier on the hand control, I can take one of these out, because I do have another one of those in the side to go for a 3-3 spread. But for most matchups, I found just going the 4 Golden Freezes is just a play. And of course, if I'm running the 3-drop Unison package, you got to play the best 1-drop Unison in the game, in my opinion, and that's the Demigra. It comes down, it stays there, it enables your charismatic villain, hits for 15. The neg 3 sometimes comes into effect, but the fact that even if they want to get rid of it, you just take the life, you don't care. It's just fantastic. On to some of the negates. I do have the 3 homicidal clones that I do run, but I did lend them to someone after the event and forgot to get them back, so that's a bit unfortunate. The unadulterated Malice, just discard a card, they discard 2 each time. When you're already ripping away at their hand, it's
pretty brutal.
It makes them second guess everything. It's more often than not, I found it's a straight turn ender.
Yeah, right. Because
you've already ripped 3 cards from their hand, 4 cards from their hand. Even if you play it as soon as turn 3, they hate in life. I've got the 4 Earth Destroying Kamehamehas. Being able to rip a card out of your opponent's hand without them choosing is very nice. Sometimes you just hit the absolute bomb, which against something like Gogeta, when you're already attempting to rip away at their hand and they've already got like a nut piece in there, you just want to try and take the gamble and just get rid of it, basically. From an Overwhelm standpoint, I went the 2 Dark Temptation Towers. I have seen other lists decide to run, I can't remember, it's the Bardock that warps anything 5 or more or 6 or more, I believe.
More, I think.
I felt like that's just too slow. I'd rather just have the immediate 5k buff on leader, immediate discard, especially if we're flipped over the other side.
Yep.
And getting that triple attack, giving 5k for turn is just ridiculous. Let's clean this up. For the secret rare, I went the Majin Buu Kibito Kai Absorbed. I was initially running the Wicked Saiyans for a lot of the games when I was learning to play this deck. And it was quite good, like more often than not when you got it out turn 2 and you're ripping 2 cards out and having this ridiculous attacker blocker. It was good. But now I feel like every single deck is powering itself up to ridiculous levels because of a Unison.
Yeah.
And especially if I'm running that heavy Unison package, getting that Spirit Boost to be able to take the Unison is always on the table. And the Floodgate is just never bad.
Yep.
Main deck, I run surprise, surprise, 3 Dormant Potential Unleashed.
Nice.
What do you say? Probably one of the best green cards out. We've got the 2 Rosies. Sometimes when I don't have a Ribrian in the bin and they've only got 3 cards left in hand, I actually found myself just casting this, getting them down to 1, not even really attacking for the triple attack to refill the grip, just purely to get them down. Sometimes it felt bad, but ripping 2 cards out is, at worst, is never bad.
So you got to pick your moments with Rosie.
Yeah, exactly. There's no point ripping 2 out if you're going to attempt to give them 3 back in this current format. And from a super combo standpoint, I've got the 1 Paragus.
Okay.
And the 3 Vegeta Lone Prince.
Nice.
Vegeta Lone Prince, comes down for 1, discard. If on turn 2 you've got the Bardock, you can swing leader, make them warp, play Bardock, sack this, make them discard again. You're getting insane value. Plus at the end, if it's still down, you can use it as that 10k combo power, which it's a super combo. It's nice sometimes, but I actually found myself using it more for utility than the 10k. I decided to go the 1 Paragus because I just felt like I just wanted that extra little bit of draw.
Yeah, that extra draw too is pretty good.
Whilst I'm getting a lot of utility out of this, there are some times when you just top deck this and you just feel bad. You're just like, all right. That with 2 cards in hand, you can play it down on your Raditz, get started, filter through, and just feel a bit better about your next move. So that's main deck.
And this was best of 3, so we do have sideboarding.
Yes, very true. We've got Kotsukai.
Yep.
Great sideboard card in a lot of decks, just throwing out, making sure that at the beginning of a turn you pay that 1, get that out of there. All right, whatever you're going to do now, you're going to hurt, basically. We've got another Bardock. For decks like Gogeta, anything going heavy on Z Energy, I would probably remove 1 of the freezers, go back down to a 3-2, and then 3 of these, because you really want to see 1. To prevent them just going off. I've got another Dormant. We've got players running things like AOD, just some really insane aggro road decks that you just need that 4th Dormant. You're just dead without it. So just keeping that inside, just take one of the Kamehamehas out in the hyper aggro matchup. That's fine. 2 Blue Impulse. Don't think I actually used it in this tournament. Found myself playing a lot of ramp in which I didn't really need it. There were just other cards that were better for that. But if I was playing, as I said, some of those aggro, like combo-y things, it's just good. We do have a couple of Cell players.
Gotta have Deborah.
Deborah, always in the side every time. Had when my opponent Mira, when I made him discard 2 cards, play 2 Jaburas into the bin and draw 4 cards and play them. Felt bad, but we both laughed. Good card. Focus Breakthrough.
Right, go again.
Okay. So then the last card, we've got the Vegeta protecting his loved ones. Blue hate card. Making sure that they have to really, really think about what they're countering, their energy management against this store, which is like 70-80% blue, it feels like right now. So that was more of a, just have it, it's good. Take the Raditzes out, chuck those in. If you feel like it's not getting work late game, you can always just sack it to the Bardock, make a discard a card.
Yeah, right.
So, you know, it's not that bad. Oh, no, it's got barrier. That's right, I can't do that. Anyway, shows the knowledge of the deck, doesn't it?
Awesome. Oh, well, any changes you would make?
For what the deck, I wanted the deck to be for this tournament, not really. I knew that we'd be coming up against a lot of blue, and a lot of very aggressive, like a lot of the Goku, the discard ramp, so they're already pitching their own hand. So I figured Hand Destruction would be a good play, plus I just love this deck. It's my pet deck at this point.
The Raditz main?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just fun. I was lucky enough I didn't actually end up encountering any Gogeta, which I thought would pretty much roll me. Because green doesn't really have a lot of cards to deal with that right now. But was lucky enough in that aspect to dodge it, which I guess is part of the tournament experience, right?
Yep. Awesome. Oh, well, thank you very much for sharing the deck with us, Mr. Schofield.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. Come play DB Super at Grimdark. It's an absolute blast.
Hey, that's it. All right. See you guys later.